investment portfolios. And I'm excited to be on today because I wanted to drop in just to share a few tips with you. And specifically, one of the things that I learned during this pandemic is the importance of community. In March of last year, COVID hit. And what I found was that members who were in our WealthyU coaching programs and who had been through our coaching programs had gotten really concerned about the markets, the financial markets. If you will recall, as soon as COVID, hit, the stock market went down precipitously and very fast. And so, as you can imagine, we had this WealthyU community, and many women were concerned. And my prior coaching clients were reaching out. What should I do? What should I do? And what became really clear to me was that you cannot let your emotions drive your decisions. But that's easier said than done, because at WealthyU, most of our members are first generation investors. So what do I mean by that? I mean, they're the first in their families to have 401ks or to even have investments. And the reason they reached out to WealthyU is because the one thing that they needed to learn through their formal education, many have bachelor's and master's and PhDs and MDs, and yet they really never learned how the financial markets, so as a result, how the financial markets work. So as a result, they hadn't had the experience of investing, in anything other than their 401ks. So long story short, when COVID hit, we launched a membership community. Something that I had been hesitant about doing for years because I felt like the topic around not just personal finance, but investing and, people really being transparent about their challenges in that environment may not work. And so what I want to share with you is what I have learned now that we're almost a year into this COVID, is how important community has been in COVID. So if you haven't joined any kind of online community, I really want to encourage you to do so, because many of us are having kind of stay at home fatigue, and yet one of the ways that you can kind of lean in and still engage in relationships is through online communities. So I just wanted to share a few learnings that I've had. 3 unknown benefits of joining an online community. The first is the accountability part, especially when you're trying to learn something new. When you're with a group of people who are new to something themselves, or in many cases, maybe there are people in that community who are beyond what you are in terms of competency, that assistance is golden. What I've learned is, and when you see other people taking action, you want to take action too. And so accountability, so important. The other thing is support with a group of like-minded individuals. What I learned in starting this membership in this online community in WealthyU is that it's the community itself that really adds value when someone is having a challenge, perhaps. And in this environment, we know that many of us have lost family members. The community comes to the support. When someone hits a bump in the road or may not understand something, the community comes in and they support that person. So first accountability, then support. And then the stats really the statistics really prove that if you're in a community that provides those two elements, accountability and support, you have a 65% more chance of meeting whatever the goal is you're trying to achieve. So I just want to end by saying is, in this era of COVID, in this pandemic, don't go it alone. Really begin to search out groups of like-minded people who can allow you to still feel like you're engaged, help you to get over this kind of stay-at-home fatigue, and still succeed anyway. Because lastly, what we have found during this pandemic is that many of our members have experienced more growth, not only in their portfolio, but also in their own personal development. So thanks so much. I'm Deborah Owens, founder of WealthyU, where we help first-generation investors build their first investment portfolios.